Hi Jinu. Hi.
Hey Ajith, how are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, then what do we discuss today?
Maybe what if we speak about our college?
Yeah, that's right. Let's discuss about our college. So how about if we introduce ourselves?
Yes, of course. Hi friends, my name is Ajith Joseph P and I'm pursuing my third year BBA at Unique Edu Skills International.
And I'm Jinu Theresa and I'm pursuing my third year BCom in Unique Edu Skills International.
Yes.
So Ajith, do you remember the first day here?
Obviously yes, because...
Do you remember that we both stood at that corridor at the end and then we spoke like, should we come or should we go?
Yes, and that confusion, that was taken away by Father Salim when we entered. So
that's right. You know, viewers, like the first day, because this was a new thing, a new concept introduced, and we were the first batch. So like we both were science students, and then we came here because this is a commerce field. We had a lot of things going on our head, how to will it work, because from science to commerce. So
and that shift from science to commerce, even that was challenging to able to convince our parents, right?
That's right. You know, my mother was asking on that day when I first came on. I remember June 5th we had started. Yes, June 5th.
So June 4th evening
we are from same parish, you know, same place. Right. So we had one more friend with us from the same place, and both of their names are same. Ajith and Ajith. Yeah, Ajith Joseph and Ajith Joseph, same exactly. Then we three came together from there, and all of our parents were also with us. That day we came with our things, luggages and all, but even then there was a small doubt in our heart, like should we stay or should we go, will this work? Because in my case my CET counselling date was still on, so I had an option to go there.
And even me, I was a science student. And
yes, he
and
also had
you
CET.
also had that agriculture. You did that test.
Yes, agriculture. I had gone for practical exams by collecting all those documents, things and all that. That was really hectic. And our another friend, he had written NEET and he had a good rank also. So we three were also in a confusion.
Yeah.
I think he was the first one who decided to come here.
Like that is really crazy because before starting, this is a new concept. So we had this institution should have this marketing. So before joining this institution, I had to go for marketing.
He did. He was the one who came to my house.
I went to her house before joining this college.
This guy now, even if he's near to my house also, he won't come. But for these things, he'll come.
So I had come. So and I spoke most of the things about this college. That this is Wi-Fi campus and all these things. I just persuaded her.
Not only him, actually, when we had a convention, youth convention here in Belthangady, and then when I came there, like it was near, so I came and visited here, and the infrastructure was like superb. So it made me come here. It was calling me, come here, come and join me.
And you know one thing, like every time I persuaded one girl or a boy or a student, I felt myself convinced, okay, I should come here, because I'm telling all this because there is a skills room, there is a room like all these stuffs and things like that. So I myself felt like I should come. So that is one of the reasons, maybe because of the self-marketing, I have come here, I have decided. So that was the initial days and
that was like
maybe English.
And finally we joined here.
That we joined at last.
That first day we just passed it. There was many temptations to leave here. Just let's go. And then like they were we had to stay in hostel. Because it's nearly 2-hour journey to our native place from here. So we had to stay in hostel, and for him there were many friends in hostel. But for me, it was like we were 5. We were 4 actually in the beginning, and then one joined us later. Everybody was not that much convinced, but then we thought, okay, let's see. My CET is still on, so I had time. Like I had time for 1 week. I could this. I have time to decide. So we finally joined here, and first week, do you remember the evaluations we had to write?
That was kind of
evaluation. That was, it was very different. We came here and then it was not like, usually in every colleges they start with the class and those things, the introduction, those things. But we had one sir here, and then he came to us and he introduced a bit, about the college and about the concepts. And at the end of the day, he gave us a paper. So, and then he asked us to write about today's whatever has happened. So we we came from a traditional system of education. So what we'll write?
Maybe
from this age, 8:30 I got it.
When I studied in my PUC first year and second year, 2 years I had a gap. I had a shift from English because that was a kind of only Kannada we used to speak. And this is sudden shift from all these mother tongue.
The same thing happened to me also. I used to speak only Malayalam, and I even forgot Kannada also. I even forgot English also.
So that shift that has caused, like, if I look back into my previous evaluations, I feel like, did you really write this?
That's what, even the tens and all, it's very funny. You can't even read it.
At this point, we have improved a lot.
You can see it in us when we speak also.
Is it really?
No, there is an improvement. Because if you check our previous videos, oh God, I remember the first video we have taken. I was like, hello Jinu, and then I laugh. I can't control laugh actually. That's it's inborn, I think. I can't control laugh. And the first videography taken, it was not like I was scared, but then I used to laugh every time. So I couldn't complete a clear video and all. It was like very funny, and my English was very bad.
And I remember the book that we got, evaluation book, and my first writing was, my name is Ajith, and you had to write your goal.
Yes.
So after thinking many things, and basically when I was in my 12th standard, I was always onto computers and mobiles and all those things. So always, and now I remember this, in my evaluation I wrote, I want to
That's actually real. He was a lab assistant here for 2 years.
That we will discuss later. So initially
I just mentioned because he was telling about that interest, and I'll also mention how he messed up all the things.
Sorry, that's obvious. Like, we'll discuss about it later.
He's making it obvious.
Yeah, that's true. We'll discuss about it.
Okay.
So I remember writing my goal as I wanted to be an Android software developer. So that is what I had
God. Ajit, did you really write?
Yeah, of course. Like, I had a research.
Mine was CA just.
Yeah, I had written in capital letters Android software developer, and that was like kind of that is the main reason I wanted to be, like, I always dream of going going to Google campus. So that is one of the reasons.
Very new, man.
Yeah, so that is like kind of fun. Even now.
3 years we were together, and then he's sharing this with the viewers, not?
Yeah, like I'm talking to you. So that is.
But they are also looking at you.
Really. So that was my first thing. Like, but now I think, how can you become a software developer by studying BBA? That question you will have. But
then we'll give an answer, okay? Then
obvious, because that is what makes us unique. So everything is unique over here.
Yes.
Like, you can become whatever you want to be or whatever you feel like doing. So maybe that is one of the reasons that I have put with enough confidence that I wanted to be a software developer, even though I take BBA, because when I was having a casual discussion with our director, Father Salim, I was convinced by telling that you can become whatever you want. So
that's right, actually. Nobody is holding you back.
Nobody is doing, yeah. So even there are many methods, self-study methods that you can do. So my interest to computers, that did never stop, even in these 3 years.
Actually, Father Salim had helped him by giving him lab assistant post for that.
And you find most of the times initially in the first 5 or 4 months, you find me most of the times crying in the terrace.
I do remember that. Even me also, I think not. I had started crying, I think, in the second year for these guys only, because I mean, because they used to, college.
That's
what.
She takes school.
I'm very sensitive, but he used to, I do remember, because like he was very moved up, and then I asked, what happened, Ajit? Did the father again scold you? It's not like scolding, but then it's like encouragement to do something better. So he was like, yes, man.
No, like, even before that, before getting the responsibilities, I was very sensitive in many of the things. So I am very grateful to Father Salim, because he has made me so strong that he'll make me stop crying by telling don't cry. He'll scare me. Yeah, so that is the growth that I have experienced.
Really, that's
Now,
I can see actually.
yeah, now if I want to cry, I can't, because I have made myself stronger, or people have made me stronger.
And we have also gone for many places to shoot things and all.
Yeah.
Do you ever think a BBA and a BCom student will do these things? Because whenever we go, they used to ask, "Are you media students?"
Yeah.
Really, like we created a platform called Unique Media.
Yeah.
And then when they say, like they ask us, "Are you media student?" Then when we say BCom and BBA, they were like, "Oh, do they tease these things in BCom and BBA?" So it's not that. The BCom and BBA, but your passion determines it all.
Yes,
We had a passion, even he had, then I had a passion of this photography, videography things. Nowadays, I think everybody has it.
Yeah.
Even
like,
with a small camera also they do it.
Yes, see what that shift, from first year degree. That is from when I saw a handy cam, like, or a video cam that you hold all these things, But when
we had first, I think that
no, this one, this camera.
I mean, this was bought then later.
No,
right?
it was one was there.
Yes, this camera was there, but then later we bought that digital camera. I mean, DSLR camera.
So
and,
all these
one more
interests,
video camera we bought.
Yeah, all these interests that we have grown only after coming here.
This was bought because of our passion only.
Yes.
I mean, we had a student who was very passionate in photography and all. To encourage him, I had bought one DSLR camera, and everybody used to use it, and then everybody learned how these things. It's not available anywhere.
Yeah, even the concept of growing your passion. Like, I was not interested in cameras, but once you come here and people touching all these, I felt that interest, and I wanted
students,
to grow.
do you remember the students who used to present and all? I mean, they are doing it for the first time, but do you know one more thing? We were only 12 in one class.
Yeah,
that was a main thing.
Blessing that you can say.
Because only 12, and we know each and everybody who they are, how they are. I was not in his class. Okay, he's BBA and I'm BCom. Yeah, in my class there were 11 others, and I know each and everybody how they are, and like what kind. I mean, their personality. We know it very well.
Yes.
Just think of it.
Yeah, 12 students.
Actually, there was no boring lecturers, because every teachers were guest lecturers. Do you remember? For every subject we had nearly, more than 10 teachers taking everything.
And you will not sleep in the first classes of each new lecturers. That is basically.
Because we had to write an evaluation about it.
So you will not sleep, like you will not go out of the track. So each time you study a subject, each new lecturer would come, and we'll simply sit. Okay, this is a new lecturer, so we'll listen.
And the very thing, this is the most important thing, right? Like we used to write evaluation. How we felt about the lecturer, and father used to consider it.
Yes.
That is, you get the consideration and that happiness you get while you are considered. That's really great, I think. And the teachers also, they were really good, and they were funny.
Like this college, it is not simply considering not only your academics. They are also taking care of your emotions, right? Every time when you go low, they will take care that you are okay.
It is all happening because of the 12 students, okay?
Yeah,
because when there is more students, you can't
concentrate on
everyone. But then when there is only few students, as I said, you can't even sleep and you can't even turn. I mentioned about that ma'am, right? She was very brilliant. Afternoon classes, I used to feel very sleepy. Because since there is only 12, I had to sit in first bench, because there is no other place where 3. That's a situation. So I used to try hard to keep my eyes closed, and when she looks at me, I was like, oh God, I'm caught, man. And she'll call me Jinu.
Yeah,
and she used to smile, because the teachers were also very friendly to us. All the teachers we had till now, they were awesome. And I don't think they were teachers. They were more like a facilitator, our friends maybe. Yeah. They were awesome.
And also the opportunity that we have got to go outside and teach students.
We went to Shimoga Kapmi Institute, and 5 of us.
And that was also a great experience. You teaching people in the other colleges of your same age, and how
they were of our
how privileged
we were
you
in
feel.
second year BCom. I was in second year and you.
Yeah, so how privileged you feel when you go there and people giving you, for example, maybe in the morning at 10 o'clock they give you tea and they have the tea and all that privilege you get. No, maybe this small
Really,
thing, but that's so great. You feel you are being respected and all those things. It was just because of this college.
When I go for some programs and all, the guests they'll give some these mementos and all for for coming here. And that day when I received that small gift packet with the books or something.
Yeah.
Okay, the memento as for coming here and taking. So I was like very that when I saw that, and then I used to feel wow, it's really good to be a guest for a program or something like that. And then we were the guests for that program, and it was really good. And Father made us feel important.
Yes, yeah. That is one of the primary thing that you get here.
Yes.
You feel yourself like important. You feel yourself you are somebody in this college institution because the responsibilities that you get here or the concern, even every small thing is acknowledged.
Yeah.
If you do something,
you can check out our videos also.
Yeah.
Everything which is in YouTube and all.
Yes, you find everything, like you are acknowledged with each and everything. Maybe you do a small thing today, tomorrow you will be acknowledged. So that is maybe one of your
you will be encouraged also.
Yeah, motivating factors.
That is not everywhere you get it. And Ajith, these concept is not that easy for everybody to understand.
No.
And there was some fail to understand these concepts and all. And then we shifted our college for academic purposes. We shifted to our base campus. We had a base campus and this was a branch. And then we shifted, but now we are continuing our training here and our academics in our base campus. So we are happy. We never regretted coming here.
Of course, no.
Even though
no
we
point.
knew that we were the experimental batch. Yeah, experimental batch. But even though that, I think only that 1 week we had that confusion. Oh, should I stay here?
Yes.
Or should I go? Then later, I've never regretted it for coming here. Never.
In no way like.
See. Even we could sit like this and speak with you.
Yeah,
so
at least.
It's because of this, I guess. Because before coming here, I've learned for about 14 years, 2 years pre-KGs and 10 years of the education and then 2 years pre-university. But then more than that, 14 years of experience I got from this 3 years.
Yes.
Even in the college or also in the hostel life. It was scary also. We used to get only for half an hour mobile phones. That was
again,
no, we get it sharp at 7 and yours was 9, I think. 8:30 to 9 and ours was 7 to 7:30 and sharp at 7 and then we speak to our parents and then do something, it's gone, it's done.
Yeah, like the formation that we got in the first year, that was the primary base that even now you feel like everything was we were pre-assigned or like it was clearly defined, everything, even discipline wise.
We used to I think many times we scolded father and all.
Of course, we cursed most of the times for getting like
these phones and writing violation.
Yes,
but then now we truly feel when we look at our writings now, how much it has developed.
And recently that video also, like the transformation of education.
Yes.
Maybe because of the power failure, we had to change the lightings. That's okay. Now we'll continue.
This is fine, I think. Yeah.
So
I think you can come a bit closer.
That
can
discipline
yes.
part. No, that discipline part that was formed, that was put as a base.
Basement, yeah.
So next year, after first year, in the second year, we are given phones full time. But to an extent, we had to use it.
Actually, after using this for half an hour, when we were given full time, we didn't know like what to do with this.
No, even we used it full time, but still we had that limited use. So that base was already put.
Yeah.
So that is why we were.
For a construction also, basement is the main thing. If it is not there, then nothing would work. So if you have a proper base, and that was the formation which we got in the first year. First year was very tough. Tough in a sense, very challenging, and we were like, the very thing is actually when we came here, father had told that you can't go home.
Yeah.
In the sense like you can only take leave on Independence Day and Republic Day. We were like we knew him before itself. I mean he was a parish priest for 3 years. And we knew him, so we thought like, okay, he might be joking, he might not be serious. And then one day for something when we asked leave, God, he didn't allow us. But then like we thought, why isn't he giving leave? And that was a very tough thing, I think. I mean, we couldn't meet our parents and all.
Yeah.
But then now when we get that, we got, I told you, right, like we had to shift from here to our base campus, and after that, after our semester exam, we had 1 month holiday, and we were like, why do we have this holiday, man? What to do with this? I was like, let the college start once.
I need to give like my experience when you were telling about holidays. It came to my mind. I went to my home exactly after the 5th month. After 5 months, I went to my home.
Even
first
I
year.
think the first 5 months, October end. Since everybody had a leave, like we had to take 3 days
holiday
leave request. It's not holiday, we requested leave and then
we had to go.
Took leave and then we went.
So
while everybody others were enjoying their holidays for Dasara, but then we had to request leave and then take it home.
And then I was the lab in charge. I had to do many works. So I was not officially made as a lab in charge, but I was taking care of all these computers. So on the day I was going to home, father gave me 15,000 rupees. It was of the
EL package. God, that I forgot.
Yeah, we'll speak about it. So that EL package I got because of the website classes. So 15,000 I got.
He was the one who taught us to how to use website and all. He was the agent for that, I think. I think he got commission from
Not really. I wish I could, but I didn't.
But 30 members he taught and 30 members opened their site in
unless you register, you will not get money.
That's right.
Yeah.
But then, there is a possibility, right?
Yeah, wait. Let me explain. So I got the 15,000 rupees. I was really happy because that was the first earning of my life. I got some 100 or 200 maybe for working somewhere, but I got 15,000 was a huge amount for me. So what did I do? I just went to the shop outside and I bought dresses for everybody and some sweets and everything. And I was really happy. At that time when I went home with all those covers, I really felt like after a job you're going home. And it was a long gap, 5 months, right? And when I went and my mother, the tears started flowing through her eyes, like feeling like I was, Mama, can I hold it? This is for you. Take it. So that
I
feeling.
think you now, emotion is
like everybody there looking at me.
It's okay.
No, not really. Every time after that, every time when I
those days, like it was like we used to plan surprise visits and all, because
of course.
it was like that, like they didn't think also that we'll come home and then we suddenly visit them. I used to never say to my parents like I'm coming today, and then I just go and suddenly she was like shocked, and even I got the EL package. I got the EL package for the first time for making these platforms. You can see this green color sheet, the same color we have all platforms here, and all these are made by us in the sense me and there was 4 more members in our team, and we all together 5 members made all these platforms for the down floor and for also for the up, and the matting, all the things, plywoods and all. Father used to take us and give, and then he used to charge.
Yeah,
we used to charge.
Where else you will find BCom students becoming carpenters?
Yeah, carpenters. But then this is really funny, and even me and one more girl was there with us. Boys do all these things.
And that is why we call it as a lifestyle, right?
Really,
Unique as a lifestyle.
I'll never forget how to make these platforms. And I think if when I construct my new home, I can use these skills there.
Yes, so about your EL package.
Yes, EL package. So that was, and we had created many platforms because for down floor that was under construction, and it was we have these for classes also we have this step thing where every student will be visible to the teacher. So
theatre style.
Theatre style. So we have these platforms put everywhere. So we were the one. The carpenter, once he came and then showed us how to do these things, and then later we purchased all the materials required, and then we started doing it. So for that, for the first time when I finished, we did it like for I think for whole 1 year we did it, in the sense like we used to do, first time we did in a huge number of platforms, then we did wherever necessary we used to create 1 or 2 and then put. Then it was like when I got 12,000 I think for the first time, and that was, when I saw that money in my hand, I felt emotional also because I used to get money before because I know stitching, tailoring and all, so I used to stitch for others. But then this is a huge money, and you got it from your own effort, that platforms daily you were doing it, and then I gave for my hostel fees, and then I also bought some things because first salary, it's not salary but something first
money,
remuneration, and you give it to your parents, it's really good, right? And then they were happy to hear. And then later I used to get every time, in the sense I used to design also. The designing thing, after coming here only I actually explored that talent of designing. Check out my I have an Instagram
page and it's picture, it is full.
No picture, that is photography.
Then which you have?
This is I have
Miss
Designer page. Okay, you can see I have put only few, but then you can see my designs there, in the sense the flyers. And I also create, let me give my advertisement, man.
I'm telling that she's bank
he also has an advertisement to give, okay, later. But
she's a bank of design, creativity. So you find most of the designs there.
But you have to pay me, okay, if you have any work. I'll pay very less. I'm not that.
And she's doing still.
We have an image mobiles here down.
Most of the brochures you find in them. Do follow them also.
Yes, do follow them also. And I design for them.
Yeah, she's the basic.
I design for this art college also. Art college, every flyers and those things and all. Was
Unique website was made by me. So that credit goes to me, not her. Design.
So are we buying about our times and all? So father used to pay me very good amount for my designs, and that was also an encouragement for doing creative, because when he pays such huge amount, the thing which came to my mind was like, when I have to do it with that perfection,
do that justice at least for that money.
For that amount I have to give some justice, so it was like superb. So that's how I developed my designing skills, and I use Photoshop for my design. Now I'm studying illustration. So all this because I came here, I think. If I had not come here, I wouldn't have doing this design. And I've earned money outside also by doing these designs. I mean, many others used to give me for designing flyers and all when the programs comes. So I used to do, and I used to get money. So that was also one more way I used to get EL package.
Everybody was given each and every responsibility so that we can grow in that field. Maybe I was given in charge of computers, she was given in charge of all this design things. So
there was also, he bought me a machine also, I mean, stitching machine. I used to stitch, and I stitched the curtains and all. We have very good infrastructure in our college, and we have this, instead of this we had green screens. Green screens, I mean
curtains.
We have a green screen here, but by using editing effects we have changed the background. But then actually
this is actually green
screen. Yes, but then since we developed some editing knowledge from this college, like we have used that editing knowledge, and we have changed this background. Okay, so like that we have curtains, green curtains. So green will usually make it easy for clear editing. So
and one more important growth in my life is like I have started.
Can you see your bulb here? So
I have my first project basically. I had done an ad to that mobile showroom, but
that's super bad. Okay, I think is it in YouTube?
No, that we'll share it maybe if need be. Like
contact him. Okay, he's a really good.
I was very much challenged. Basically, I was challenged because all the time I was doing only these editings like you stitch any 2 clips. Only that was the thing that I was doing every time. You add music, stitch clips together, do. But this ad was you need to think from within. You need to think a new concept for ads. So he told me that everything should be new.
These things nobody taught us. Okay, we learned from ourselves. By using all these infrastructures and all, we learned from ourselves. I think he was the one who taught me how to take a hyperlapse and all.
Yes,
that was used in that video, and like that when he was telling me hyperlapse, I didn't know what is a hyperlapse. So
and that day we checked it. You were given option to do everything in this college. You take the infrastructure.
It's not like the classes were also like we had free times very. So
you can use your time. So that's why that was
no restriction as such, like you have to do this thing. If you don't want to do this thing and you If you want to do other thing, it's okay, fine.
If
it's
that
okay.
helps you for your growth,
Only
obvious.
that.
Yeah.
If you want to do some nonsense things, then
Yeah, like if it helps for a growth, obvious you can go with it. Like we were taking cameras outside and we were checking how to do an hyperlapse. We took it down and it was like everybody looking at you, but still it's okay. Like you just do it and all those things. Everything was a part of it. So we were really lucky to come here. Everything was great, and I never regret why did I come here. In no point of time.
Yeah, there was some issues maybe by the third year, but then even now we are happy. We have never regretted. I think if this concept, I think if a kind of this concept is very necessary for our education system. Maybe if my goal is to become an IAS officer, so after my retirement or all, if I have some savings with me, I can start some schools, or maybe from primary only you can start these.
This education system is not simply like you come to college, you sit for the classes and you just leave. It's like kind of system where you turn your entire lifestyle into a disciplined way, or for everything is for your growth here, and nothing is going to put you down. Everything is for your growth. So what basically we were experiencing all these years was kind of growth. You can make a clear graph of how much you have grown. So the mapping format.
The studio light is back on and our cameraman fixed it. He's the cameraman, okay. What is it doing here?
No.
So what were you saying?
Yeah, the growth part.
The growth.
So,
yeah, even the academics also, we had good results and we never came down. I mean, we came down by some percentage, I think. I mean, we were keeping that.
Yeah, we were consistent in most of the things. Like we were okay with our marks, we were satisfied with our parents. So this education is not going to simply take away from your academics. It's not like that. You go learn everything through the system. It's not you go and study this subject this way, but you study one subject and you connect the other one so that you study this one also.
Really? So this was a journey full with fun experience.
Everything. I cried, I smiled, I have frown, I had sorrows, I had griefs. I enjoyed a lot.
Oh God.
I laughed till my what?
That our director was very strict and that made us responsible and that made us who we are. I think you have to be strict for some time.
Yeah, that formation that you said.
Later you will understand now how we realize it now.
Yes.
So that was good.
So anybody who is into this concept, like who wants to have this concept, maybe in the future, maybe you can contact us because we are much experienced in this field. Like we know how it exactly feels like, because initially we know. Yeah, initially there will be difficulties, there will be challenges, but once you cross that, that is like a kind of heaven that you can feel, and that challenge
this is a very good platform that you can give every students.
Yeah, let everybody explore themselves. Let each student understand in which he is talented in or in which he is interested in, so that he can let him grow his life.
It's not only necessary that like you need these institutions or these kind of setup.
Not really.
But in your school also you can do it.
If you are a parent, if you are a parent, just think in which your child is interested in. Let him do whatever he want. Don't imbibe things like
that opportunity should be given.
Yeah.
That's
wherever you are, it's not like you need to come to this college or something like that, but once if you know how to direct your child through the right way or guide your child, like to grow through this all these talents or passion, let him do that, so that let him grow, let him be that person who understands himself first than going to judge others. So all this realization let you give. If you are a teacher, let your student. If you are a teacher of LKG, I say the teacher who is teaching LKG is a best person who can mold its students' life, because she is the person.
I just wanted to ask, this doubt, it came, my sister's kid in my home and it came, okay. So like she started saying some Kannada words now. It is because the teachers usually speak in Kannada, right? So See, just if the teachers started to speak in English from the very childhood, they will learn English.
It is. Like kids know who is coming to LKG, they are like simply clay. The teacher who is teaching that class, she is actually molding it.
Yes.
Then once she gets into a shape, she'll give to the next class.
Yes, that's what.
That teacher will again make her grow.
They all speak in English. They can do it.
Yes,
Later they can learn Kannada. Of course they can learn. Maybe the peer talks and like how they speak with their friends and all, they learn. But then if the teachers is able to learn, make them learn English from the very childhood, then that communication problem, communication is a very important thing that is
required. That is one of the prime things that we are being trained also.
Yes, the communication. So, how things are communicated. So that when I saw her, that idea, that thought came to my mind. Why it's not happening? Because if it happens, then you won't have any communication problems, right?
So you are, if you are a teacher, then make sure that you make sure that your student, the student whom in front of you is your kid, and you are making her.
Even though they won't understand, it's like here in Unique, all the teachers have used only English. No other language was permitted. It was not allowed. Even we students also, we had to speak in English, and it was compulsory. If we failed to do it, then like we had to pay fine and all. It was like encourage. No, it was not fine. It was encouragement. Encouragement, like we had to write things and all, impositions or something.
Basically, there was
he used to term it as encouragement.
Yeah, basically in our college we never had punishments. It was
encouragement.
Most of the things it was encouragement, and there were no rule book.
Actually, this fine was like 10 rupees, 50 rupees.
No, but then, that was not there.
No, what I am trying to say is that will not make you that serious. But then when you think, oh God, I have to write 6 pages, 7 pages, then fine, then I'll speak English better than that.
And you never found a rule book that you should not do this, you should not do this. We never had any rule book. It was a discipline, it was a kind of lifestyle that we got.
Yes.
So we never had like you should not do this or you should not do that. We didn't never have that. Like that was one of the
So this is about our college.
All these 3 years we had been in this.
3 years is not completed. I think maybe 6 more months to go. We are in a process of training. And Unique Edu Skills International. If you have some time.
Every time you come to Belthangady, just have a look into Santam Tower.
3rd floor.
4th floor. 4th floor.
3rd floor. Down is ground floor, and then first
lift.
second.
Check the lift. This is 4th floor.
Sorry, 4th.
4th floor. You just check into the you're always welcome to Unique Edu Skills International.
Yes, Unique Edu Skills International.
And this is Jinu Ajith.
Learning and experience.
Make education and experience.
Yes, make education and experience. That's our motto. Okay.
This is
Jinu and Ajith signing off.
Bye bye.
Don't forget to follow Miss Designer. Okay.
Shutter Skill Instagram. Bye.
Bye.